Okay, we are going live and we've got a 5:05 start time for this emergency broadcast. This is an emergency broadcast. 5:05 start time on a Friday afternoon, and we'll see what we've got going on here today. This is part 3. We are going live. Rarely do we do a part 3, but this is a part 3 broadcast, Grand Seiko Power Rotation part 3. And there you've got the 231, a prime member of the rotation on the left there, that spring drive diver. And we've got the 005 on the right, that's the SBGN 005 with the 9F movement. Extremely robust piece. Both of those are extremely robust. And then, of course, I've got the 002 on wrist, the 002 on wrist. So that makes up that rotation, that power rotation. Let's get a close-up on the 002. That's always a crowd pleaser. Look at that puppy. Let me see if I can get that in focus. Look at that puppy. Are you kidding me? How can I get that? Whoa. That looks awful good, I'll tell you what. Looks awful good on wrist. Mr. Q's in the house. GS Champagne Dial in the house. Okay. Do send a photo. And Blue's hanging around. Lance is in. And I wonder if Lance has anything up his sleeve today. Lance, maybe you can do some independent research. A buddy of mine, this is a little bit off topic. A buddy of mine is interested in some Lucchese boots. And they had the original Lucchese's years ago, just Lucchese boots, right? And then you could also get custom-made boots. They would make boots custom for you, which I did with my 2 pairs because I wanted them to fit just right. But then they came out with the Lucchese 2000 series. I think that was a lower priced version, if you will. And then I think they came out with the Lucchese 1883 line, the 1883 line. What's the distinction between all of these? Which are the higher end? I know the old original ones that were all made in Texas are all pretty much high end. But of the ones they make now, like the 883, and maybe they make the 2000 series still, I don't know if they do or not. Do we know what the deal is on all that? And I've heard that some of theirs are made in Mexico now. And of course some are still made in the USA. So it'd be interesting to know the latest breakdown on all that. So if anybody knows. We've only got a few people in. I just scheduled this event literally at about 1 minute to 5. And then, of course, we just went live. I don't know how quickly the notifications go out or if they do go out anymore. Some people are saying they're not getting the notifications. And Fella is in the house, and David Williams is hanging out. So he's in the house along with everybody else. So there's the 2 stunners that are on the bench. The 231 titanium diver. It spends a lot of time on wrist, though, I'll tell you it does. And then the 005, it's been the redheaded stepchild. It has not gotten any wrist love lately at all. At all. It's been literally benched. And let me see here if I can get rid of some of these tabs that are open here. Give you guys another time check while I'm getting rid of some of these tabs. Some of these tabs I'm going to leave active. And man, I had a lot of tabs open, folks. I hate to tell you, I had a lot of tabs open here. Some Seamasters, all kinds of stuff that we've been looking at. Some Omegas, some Gold Omegas, some Prevost buses, some Guardian knives. We've been looking at all kinds of stuff here. We've been looking at the Toyota Century. I should show you some of these things. We've been looking at a lot of wild stuff here, folks. Oyster Quartz Date 8. The Bond watch. These are all things we've been looking at, folks. Steel and gold Rolex. Stupid comments are there. Let's see what's here. Drive. Stupid comments. We can leave that up for now. Date 8 with a Jubilee bracelet. We've been looking at, you name it, we've been looking at it, folks. That's how it works at Omega. That's not, you know, that I look at that again, it's not hateful, but I don't know, there's just something about it. Okay. All right. Oh, wow. Oh, and we looked at this watch, this potential ladies' watch, right? What's this one here? Yeah, we looked at that Apollo unit. And we were talking about Peter Limer and his boots, custom-made boots. Okay. The lovely Bree is in the house. We talked about the lovely Bree. We showed her website the other day. And Craig, can you explain to me why a solid 18-karat gold Aquaterra is $26K more expensive than the steel version? I understand is more expensive, but... Well, I mean, gold, any of these gold models are significantly more expensive, and I think it has more to do with the limited production nature of them, and they spend a lot more time, I think, making them. There's significantly more markup in them. So I think those are probably the main reasons. The fact that it's gold is a small portion of all of that. Sure, the gold is extra money too, just the fact that it's gold. But it's mainly, I think, the labor, the markup, and that sort of thing. So, Craig, what's the best sports blazer brand? A blazer. Are you talking about a sport coat? Or are you talking about actually an actual blazer with like the gold buttons and so on? What I would do is I would simply search. Okay, let's do a search here. Let's do an exercise here. Let's go to eBay, okay? And I'm going to say, okay, first of all, what size do you wear? Put in the chat what size you wear. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a size 40 regular, and I'm going to say blazer, and I'm going to say made in USA. Okay, so we're going to do this search on eBay, a 40 regular blazer made in USA. All right, let's see what we come up with. So, right off the bat, here's something Brooks Brothers, made in USA, right? Okay, we'll take a look at this. Dun, 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 dun. So it's taking its sweet time loading in. I don't know. Well, we'll go to a time check while it's doing that. But in any event, if you get something that is made in the USA, it's probably going to be pretty good. I don't really care what maker it is. It's probably going to be pretty good. Okay. So here's this one. Let's look at it a little bit here. I like the functional buttons. That's very nice. So this is just an example, right? This is just an example. So that's probably a pretty nice piece. Probably a pretty nice piece. And you could buy it, make an offer, $140, free shipping. I mean, yeah, depends on what size you wear, but that's what I would do. That's what I would do. I would try to find something in mint condition and as close to the correct size for you as possible. and get it, and then have whatever tailoring needs to be done, and then call it a day. Fella, that's what I would do. Any thoughts on the new Tudor Black Bay 39 millimeter? I hate that hour hand. That would knock it out of the park right there for me. I think that hour hand on those is ugly. Not a big fan of the faux riveted bracelet either, but it's mainly the hour hand and just the thought of it. I just don't know why I would want to have a Tudor. I think there's a lot of better options out there than a Tudor. Let's see. Hey Craig, got my eyes on that new cool Tudor Black Bay 58 blue. Yeah, I would pass on that too. Carlos, I had an Oyster Quartz Day Date on my wrist yesterday. Nice watch. Okay, cool. Oyster Quartz is beautiful in person. Well, yeah, any Day Date is going to be beautiful, but I just can't get around that integral bracelet. I just can't make that work. Fella says he wears a 38 regular. Okay, so let's do a search for a 38 regular. Blazer and USA. This time I'm just going to put USA, right? That's why we're trying to sort to try to get to the higher end stuff. Is what the reason I'm putting that USA in there. Okay, so here's Polo University Club, 100% wool, $39. Buy it now. Okay, so let's take a quick look at this. Obviously, you don't want to buy anything if it's not in mint condition. I mean, if it shows any signs of any wear at all, I would absolutely pass. But this is a typical blazer, you know, with the gold buttons. Now, see, this has some kind of flaw here on it, right? So I would absolutely pass on that, right? I'd absolutely pass on that. So, but you get the idea. What you're going to do is you're going to just do a search, and then you're going to be very, very picky. Very, very picky. Here's a Brooks Brothers Madison Navy blazer. Now, this is a 38 short. Okay, so I don't know if that would work for you. You want a regular. This is a short, okay? But again, I mean, you can check all the measurements and all, but that's definitely a high-end blazer there. And given the price they're asking, it's probably in great shape. So you could check all the measurements and see if it would fit. Usually, see here, he's putting the measurements here, the length, sleeve length, he's putting everything in here, right? So that's what I would do. That's what I would do. I'd find something really nice and grab up on it. That's how you can do that. Sent a photo of a very rare Omega Seamaster. We will take a look at that. Craig, are there still high quality underwear being made today, or should we look for new old stock? That's a good question. There's some companies that I've seen advertising that claim that their stuff is all that, but I haven't tried them. I have plenty that you know, I don't have to buy anytime soon. So that is a good question. I'm sure there's some high-end manufacturers still around, would be my guess. Matter of fact, I correct myself. I did buy some brand new V-neck T-shirts from a website that is, I think it's madeintheusa.com or something. Oh, geez. I'm not sure if that's the URL or not. But in any event, there's a website that just has Made in USA items. And they had I wanted to get some V-neck T-shirts because I have plenty of crew necks. I wanted to get some more V-neck T-shirts. And they had them made in the USA that were pretty good quality. And I bought some, and I was very happy with them. The ones you buy on like Amazon or something, they're all pretty much junk. So, yeah, you got to be a little bit picky, a little bit selective on that stuff too. Let's check the email real quick, and then I'll get back on the comments here. But some things you got to do a little hunting to find. That's what you got to do. See if I can get to this email that Lance sent. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Men's stainless 120 meter, green dial, box and papers. Yeah, this is similar to the Seamaster 120 that I had. Now, the one I had the skeletonized hands, and this does not, which I actually prefer to not have them, but these hands are still kind of small. Looks like it's got a lot of wear and tear on it, though, too. It's been worn. And by the way, those single triggers on the bracelet, just one trigger on the one side, they will accidentally get triggered sometimes. That's why they went to the dual triggers. They learned their lesson. So it's other than that, it's a nice bracelet. It's tricky to size. See how even that stainless steel looks like it has a little bit of corrosion there? See, stainless steel is not impervious to corrosion. That's why that titanium, see on that diver on the left, that's why that titanium is so superior to stainless steel. I mean, that's not going to corrode no matter what you do to it. That stuff is insanely durable stuff. Insanely durable stuff. That's what I say. Let's see. He says some women can make a decent profit selling their used underwear. There you go. Absolutely. Carlos is in the house. In Spain, a blazer used to be crossed usually with gold color buttons. Yeah, blazers usually do. That's correct. Still the same here. How is the supply situation for Rolex steel at your AD, Craig? I don't know. That's a good question. I would say probably not great, but I don't know. Kyle's in the house. Hey guys. Okay, Cheetown. The advantage of a Tudor Black Bay is you can wear a good quality watch without it making you an automatic robbery target. Well, you can wear a Grand Seiko. That solves that problem. And then you've got a great watch. Yeah, I'd skip on the Tudor thing. Carlos is in the house. I've sent you an email of a watch that I'm going to see in person tomorrow that is calling me. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, this may have to be an intervention. Let's see if we can pull this up. This may have to be an intervention. I haven't gotten that one yet. I've got this from Kevin. Okay. Here's a Seamaster from Kevin at Omega Aquaterra. Yeah, that's the kind of watch to definitely buy on the second-hand market, because my guess is they lose a lot of their value in a couple years to depreciation. That's my guess on that one. Let me see here. Haven't gotten the email from Carlos yet. It has not landed yet. We'll keep an eye on the email and see when it comes in. Okay. Did some research on the GS229. Cheapest pre-owned is 4,700 GBP. Okay. Yeah. I would go with the 231 though. I wouldn't go with the 229. Deport TGV20. Craig, would you trade your 231 for a Tudor, Pelagos, and Titanium? Heck no. I wouldn't have a Tudor on a bet. That is just under 6K USD. Well, that's too much for a 229. A 229 should be about 4,500 US dollars, I think, for a used one. I think it should be more like around 4,500 US dollars for one in decent shape. Be my guess, because you really should be able to buy one of those new for around 5,000 all day long, I think. That's just under 60. Okay. Cheetown, yes, but another advantage to a Tudor is that you will be so embarrassed about it, you will not want to go out anyway, so you avoid the robbery situation. That's right. You avoid the robbery situation entirely. I heard that some criminals in London will rob you for your GS. I guess they have a better eye for quality than these forum fanboys. Is that a thing really? Have there actually been GS robberies? That would be interesting to know. I still don't have the email from Carlos. I wonder if he's blocked because he's over there in Spain. I wonder if something's going on there. Let's see. He sent stuff the other day and it came through, though. Carl says, I sent it, I think, yesterday. You did not receive 2 mails that I sent. Strange. It is very strange. It is very strange. Let me search Carlos and see. I'm searching by your email to see if they went into... No, still not coming up. Very, very strange. Okay, well, it is what it is. There's not much we can do about that. Let's see. And Cheetown says, Leon, I guess a head-sized bag is a mandatory accessory. Okay. Cheetown, sir, you need to wear a mask all the time. So says the folks in charge. Uh-oh. I'll tell you that this thing, these doom and gloomers, they they will not stop. Now they are saying that there's evidence that there will be no herd immunity, that people that get it and get over it are still susceptible to it. I mean, they just make all this stuff up and then they perpetuate it. Whoever is thinking about buying this watch, please, 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 back away from the keyboard. Don't go there. That would qualify as an ugly watch. That would go in the ugly watch category, just so you know. That one that was just sent in. Let's see here. Still nothing yet from Carlos. We'll see if it comes through. Still nada. Okay. Let's see. I doubt GS is near top of the list for muggers. eBay UK doesn't even have a pre-owned 231. I need a trip stateside. I hear you. I agree. Absolutely, you need to come stateside. Come visit Steve and just buy one with cash and avoid the tax and everything. He won't charge you tax, I don't think. Well, I shouldn't say that on a live broadcast. But anyway, Steve will work with you. Get a nice cash deal. Let's see. So masks will precipitate both a virus outbreak and more Tudor wearers in public. Gambling is illegal at Brushwood, sir. I never... Okay. That is the watch I'm thinking on. Wait, the one I just showed? Oh, no. You're joking, Carlos. Come on. This thing here? Hold on, let me pull this up again. You're talking about this thing? I can't imagine you're actually talking about that. Oh, my gosh. Oh, Carlos, please. Please. Washington state government states pandemic may last a couple of years. That is a card. I'll tell you, this is really, I mean, these like conspiracy theorist guys and all, I mean, sometimes you think they're going too far with some of the things they're saying, but I mean, this is really looking like a government conspiracy at this point. This is really looking questionable. This whole thing is looking really bad. And all I can say is I'm buying more Bitcoin. That's all I can say. And not financial advice on this channel, but I'm very pleased to have more Bitcoin, considering the way things are going. That is a Cartier that only Lance could adore. Sorry, Lance. Is that a Lance choice that you just showed? Ugly Cartier. No, Carlos is thinking about buying it. We need an update from David about Las Vegas. Yeah, absolutely. We need an update from David. Carlos, the Cartier Pasha that you just showed was from me. Yeah, I know. We just figured that out. Craig, we all know how the trolls have been cruel to women on this channel, but have any of the trolls ever hurt your feelings? Not really. I mean, we've pretty much blocked them. It doesn't make anybody feel good when somebody attacks you. I mean, it's not, I don't think, you can have thick skin, but it still is not a pleasant experience. And the females, in my experiences, especially the extremely attractive females, they tend to be very sensitive to that. And it is a real problem. It's a very problem. It's a big problem. So, where is Steve based? I can't get that amazing ticking motion out of my mind. Okay, so Steve is near Annapolis, Maryland. He's near Annapolis, Maryland. And there is a link in the description of this video. LittleTreasury.com is the website, LittleTreasury.com. And he's a GS dealer, and he almost always has the 231 in stock, ready to go at a good price for a subscriber. You have to be a subscriber, and you can get a great price. Let's see. Carlos says, I always liked Cartier Pasha. Yeah. Please, Carlos. Kyle Jet, it's not that the watch is the worst thing in the world, but Carlos owns several way better pieces currently. Duh, absolutely. And it is close to the worst in the world. That's an ugly watch. That, I mean, just the way the strap or the bracelet or whatever you want to call that, the strap is attached, just that is a total deal killer. Not to mention, just no. No. Let's see. Jaden says, I've always been a fan for Roadster Minis, the Roman numerals. Okay. Let's see. T-Town, that watch is not my style. I hope not, Lance. Carlos, just get a Cartier Santos and be done with it. Carlos, are you feeling okay? That Cartier makes me wonder if you are experiencing the effects of the virus that seems to be going around. That being dog watch disaster. Yeah, I hear you. I like the Roadster chronograph with the black dial. Let's see here. Let's see. LOL, but I like it. Okay. Lance has now sent a photo of a stunning titanium Crador. Oh, do tell. Okay. Let's get a time check while we pull this up. Time check on the channel. This is Friday, by the way. This is Friday. And let's pull this puppy up here. Let's look closer here. It's interesting. If that's actually titanium, I bet you that thing would be comfortable. I bet you it would be comfortable. Let's see what size it is. And I'm guessing it's a quartz, right? Yeah, it's quartz. 37 mil. So not a terrible size. Yeah, I think that would be interesting. Now, understand that Crador has the super high-end Cradors, and then they have these other things, right, that are not really, they're okay, but they're not anything like the high-end Cradors, okay? They're a whole different animal, just so you know. But that, yeah, that's not a hateful watch. Not hateful. Let's see here. And, okay, we got another email to check out here. Let's check out another email. Oh, geez. Here's another one for Carlos. Oh, my gosh. Oh man. Is it possible that we could try to make that thing a little uglier? Could we make that crown stick out a little more and just make it a little bit uglier? Make it look a little bit more like a female mammary gland? Oh boy, that's really something. That's really something. Leon says it was a shame about Audrey and those trolls. Well, yeah. And also, uh, the host of Cowgirls Live, she left primarily because of the trolls. And I think Rachel, I think they drove Rachel away too. I think they drove her away. The only extremely attractive female that they haven't driven away so far is Brianna. She's hung in there, but they'll take a shot at driving her away too. That's how they do. Let's see. The new Santos has a wonderful quick change bracelet link system. Yeah, jeez. Craig sent you an email of my recommendation. Okay, we saw that. Did you see the Dogman's new Breitling? Yeah, that I would pass on too. No watch is gayer than the Rainbow Breitling. There you go. Carlos, your Breguet Marine is way better than the Cartier. Well, there you go. That's a good point. Let's see. And he says, I like that too, Carlos. Carlos, you need to start focusing on fine-tuning your collection to just bring it up to that next level. You probably need an 002 is probably what you need. You probably just are ready to step up to the best. You're probably ready to have the best on your wrist. The absolute best. And just go right to the top. Just go right to the top, to the pinnacle. Go to the pinnacle. Someone should call in, good report from Assad yesterday. All right, so Kyle, what are you going to call in? We're ready. We're ready. And let's see. Crater should have stuck to only the super high end. Better for brand identity. I hear you. Craig, search up Cartier Crash. It's the most ugly watch ever made. No, you'll have to send me a link. Deport, I pass on that. Okay, the Crash is awesome watch. Is that the one we just showed? What is wrong with people? Whatever happened to common decency? That's sad. Yeah. Luckily, we still have Bree, Leslie, and Megan. There you go. And Bree says she'll be strong. Oh, there you go. The lovely Bree says she'll be strong. Why are people trolling lady folk? Well, because they're nasty trolls in their mom's basement. That's why. That's what trolls do. Craig sent you a link to a car that tugs at my heartstrings. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. And by the way, lovely Bree, if you want to call in, you're always welcome, but please hook up with a Cat 5 cable so that we get decent video. Video quality is important. It is important, young lady. That's what I say. It doesn't matter as much for me that there be good video quality on me, but for somebody like Bree, it's much more important that the video quality be good for obvious reasons. So here's the car, and I have to agree. A 1993 SC 400, I have to agree. I have to agree. But what you want to do is you really want to try to find a one-owner garage-kept cream puff. And that's not going to be easy to find with a coupe like that. It'd be easier to find with an LS sedan, right? An LS 400 sedan. It would be easier to find, right? But the SC 400, the coupe, is going to be a little trickier. But yeah, if you can find a cream puff, now if it really is a 47,000 mile car and the timing belt has been done by Lexus and they've got all the receipts and everything, I mean, okay. But that's a big if. All those things are big if. And if it's never been wrecked, you know, I would check to make sure none of the panels have been replaced or all the original body panels. I would want it to be all the original paint. If it's had any paint work on it at all, even a speck of paint work, I would pass. I would want all original. I'd want it to be a garage-kept original car. That's what I would want. But it looks pretty good from the pictures. But pictures can be very deceiving on vehicles. But yeah, that's a hell of a car. It's a hell of a car. That's my, that's what I'm talking about. You get a high-end Lexus that's been well kept, that's in really good shape, and you can't go wrong. That's a lot of car for the money. Assuming it's a good one, assuming it's a stand-up car, that's a lot of car. That's a lot of car. Let's see here. And Lance sent something. I love trolling, but I restrain myself from making fun of the ladies. Okay. Common decency and common sense are less common nowadays than Rolex 904L stainless steel. I think they made those SC400s with stick shifts. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah, I'll use my cell phone camera next time. My laptop camera is lame, and it's fairly high-end Dell. Okay, there you go. And also, if you hook up your cell phone, you can hook your cell phone up with a Cat5 cable. You know, the big thing is you don't want to be connecting with Wi-Fi to the internet, because that can be pretty marginal quality. They did make manual nose rare though. Yep, there you go. Craig, would you rather have a Dodge Viper or Toyota Supra? I'm not a fan of the new Toyota Supra because it's more or less a BMW, really. And I'm not that enamored with the Viper either. My buddy of mine has one. I don't think I'd really want either. I know that's not the answer you want, but I'd probably pass on both. Kyle's in the house. I think Doug had one of those on his channel at one point. Okay. Let's see. I sent an email. Okay, we'll take a look. Kyle, SC300 was manual. SC400 was auto only. There you go. And the SC300 with that inline six-cylinder engine, that's a heck of a package. I like that inline six. Of course, the V8 is stellar as well. It is stellar as well. Okay, here's the Cartier crash. There you go. You would definitely feel like you were a little bit under the influence having that. But look, it's got a deploying clasp. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, if you could get something like that dirt cheap, what the heck? Pick it up. It's kind of fun. You know, if you want something whimsical, but I'd have to get it cheap. Let's see here. What else do we have going on here? Here's a Grand Seiko. Nice case design. Nice piece. Nice piece. And very good price. I'll tell you, you can get a lot of Grand Seiko for the money. You really can. And that's an actual GS strap. GS buckle. It's got some wear and tear, so you'd want to get a strap made by HD Straps, but that'd be a piece of cake. Let's see what size. A woman's. Okay. Let's see what size it is. $25 mils. Wow. Is Leslie thinking about that puppy? Does she like a strap or does she want a bracelet? That is interesting. That is absolutely interesting. I say. Let's see. Okay, she wasn't sure with which motor, just the older SC. Cheetown, Kyle, yep, the SC300 was manual or stick on the 2JZ, but the JDM model was called the Soarer, and it was available 2JZ GTE from the Super Twin Turbo, not available in the USA. Well, there we go. Okay. That makes sense to all you guys. The 1999 to 2005 GS300 also came with the Super Twin Turbo engine in Japan. It was badged as the Toyota Astro there. Okay. Got it. By the way, I am convinced that the 1990 LS400, that those cars were virtually hand built, that they took their time and they really did those cars right because they wanted to make a big splash with the United States, with the press in the USA when they rolled that car out. And that is a really good car, 1990 LS400. And I'm going to say the same thing about the 2004 Prius, which is what I own, that they really took their time and they did those right because of the same reason. That was the first hybrid that they were going to try to roll out more to the masses. The Prius before that was really more a niche car, and they didn't really sell that many. They weren't that aggressive about promoting it. And then when they came out with the 2004, with the whole new body style and everything, with the hatchback, it was a much more practical car. They really went all in, and they made a hell of a vehicle. I'm going to go on the record as to saying that. Let's see here. Leslie is looking at it, but she doesn't want a ban. You need to sell her on it. Well, I would want a deployant class personally. I wouldn't want a standard strap like that. If she could get a deployant clasp for it and get a nice strap made by HD Straps, I think she'd love it. But I agree with her. I don't want a conventional clasp where I have to feed it through, put the pin through, and go through all that every time. The deployant is so much faster and easier to use and so much less wear and tear on the strap. I think you have to go deployant. But I bet you she could get a deployant clasp for that and go that route. I think she would love it. But then again, if she's real active and she's going to swim and all that, then it can be a problem. Then she probably absolutely has to go with a bracelet. And by the way, you can find some Grand Seikos on bracelets for about that same price range. You should be able to find her something really nice on a bracelet, maybe even a steel and gold. So I would think about that. I would think about that for the lovely Leslie. Maybe a something similar to that on a bracelet in steel and gold. That would be killer combo. Now, most of those are not going to have a screw-down crown, so, I mean, they might be 30-meter water resistant or something, so she could splash around in the surf and stuff like that, but I wouldn't submerge it. I wouldn't submerge any of those. I wouldn't go swimming with them. I would take them off for that purpose, so yeah. MD says, morning from down under. 1990 LS400 was bought by GM to disassemble, and their engineers concluded that there was no way their Cadillac division could have made a car like the LS with their existing technology. I got it. I hear you. The 002 is looking sweet. Let's get a close-up on the shot on the 002. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing, folks. As you guys know on the channel, we studied this watch for a couple of months before we decided to pull the trigger, and then it took time for Steve to even get one. Even once I gave the go-ahead that I wanted one, it took time to even get one. Let me show you how easy this deployant is. See that? See that? See? I'm going to put it on. All I do is I just simply, see if I can let you see this. I just simply go like this. I feed it through, and bam. That's it. Done. Just absolutely super comfortable on wrist. Works great. I am over the moon. I am enamored with this piece. It is the finest watch I've ever owned. It's not even a close call. It trumps all the day dates. It absolutely trumps them. Cheetown's in the house. The LS400 also forced Mercedes to speed up and launch their W140 S-Class earlier than they originally planned. There you go. And did all the 140s have the dual pane windows, or did only some of those have that? Let's see, Craig, an interesting new release by Grand Seiko, SBGE 255. Okay. Yeah, we've talked about this watch. Yeah, we've talked about this. That is a stunner. I really like the blue, the light blue 24-hour hand and the light blue GMT it sets off. It really sets it off against the blue backdrop. I'd have to see it in person, but yeah, I think that's a stunner. I think that's a stunner, and I like the other one too. They have a black one too, right? They have two of them, right? They're both absolute stunners. Let's see here. Prius is probably the only hybrid I would feel safe buying used. Parts and service would be easy to find. Let's see. And they're very rugged. They're very robust. If you get a well-kept, garage-kept Prius, you're probably going to be very, pleasantly surprised with how reliable they are. And Leslie says, I was thinking the same thing, Craig. Yeah, and here's the thing, Leslie. If you get a Grand Seiko with a 9F, ladies, steel and gold, I mean, you won't have to worry about servicing or anything. Just every 3 years, pop a new battery in it, and you'll be good to go for as long as you choose to own the watch. It's not going to give any trouble. It's going to be bulletproof, reliable. When you're out having fun all the time and, you're in motion, you're making things happen, the last thing you want to have to worry about is your watch. You want your watch to just work and get the job done and move on. I think that's a good move. Craig isn't inconsistent to emphasize buying used and save money while being critical of people who buy hot pieces. It's just money both ways. Okay. Yeah, on this channel, we're all about trying to get the most bang for the buck, absolutely, and trying to, like a watch is a perfect example. If you're going to step up, really get what you want, really get what's going to meet your needs, what you're going to really enjoy wearing, and what is going to be a good long-term play, which I think this 002, I'm going to be able to wear this the rest of my life. This is going to handle that elegant dress watch. And again, here I am wearing it with a golf shirt, right? This is versatile enough to wear casually too. I am very pleased that I'm going to be able to wear this the rest of my life without any issues. I don't think it'll ever have to be serviced. I think it'll be fine. And to me, that's a win. That is a win. And Cheetown says they were also the first S-classes to come with optional V12s. Absolutely. Yep. Leslie says, are you sponsored by Lexus, Craig? I wish I was. That would be nice. It'd be nice to be sponsored by anybody. Yeah, that would be nice. At Leslie, Craig wishes he just knows they were eight superior cars to own than any modern German car. Yeah, we like to get the best. We like to get the best on this channel. I was talking to my buddy. He's thinking about getting some cowboy boots, right? And that's why I talked about Lucchese's in the beginning. He was looking at some relatively cheap cowboy boots, right? And, very marginal quality. And they were like $200. And I said, get yourself a pair of Lucchese's for gosh sakes. Let me pull them up here. I said, yeah, you can get, and I did a quick search. I said, you can get yourself some nice Lucchese's for the same price that you're going to pay for those junkers. Now, you're not necessarily going to get any quite like this. I mean, these are customs. you know, if you get really lucky, you might find something like this, right? But you're going to be able to find something really nice. See where it says Lucchese Classics, okay? That's the high end ones that you want, okay? And so, but I mean, if he gets something like that, he can have those things resold by a competent cobbler. And when they resole them, they put new cork in there so that then it'll form to his feet and everything. And it'll almost be like having new boots, right? If he has a really good cobbler do that service and put JR soles on them, and he'd be way ahead of the game, right? Way ahead of the game. And I did a search on eBay. He wears size 9.5. I found a really nice pair of ostrich boots, Lucchese's, that were like $200. That would be fantastic. Let me see if I can pull those up real quick here. Let me show you these. I should have added these to my watch list. It would have made it easier. But I want to show you these, the ones that I recommended to him. If I can find them here. Give me a second here. Let's do a time check while we're doing this. I will find these. Trust me, I'll find them. It's the last thing I'll do. I'll find these boots. Maybe not. Darn it. Okay, I got one more thing I can do here to try to find them. Now, okay, let me see here. Well, maybe I won't find them, but... Oh, here they are. Now I'm getting the beach ball. I'm running too many things on my computer. Okay, let's try this again here. All right, here they are. Okay. Lucchese Smooth Ostrich, okay, which I actually prefer, to tell you the truth, than with the quills. But these are very attractive boots. These were probably relatively expensive when they were new. These are high-end Lucchese's. These aren't the cheapo. These are the made in USA. And he could take these to a competent cobbler. That would be the key thing, is he would want them to take them to a competent cobbler. And that cobbler could put new JR soles on these and all new cork, and he would basically almost have like a brand new pair of boots when that cobbler's done. They would be fantastic. Fantastic. Let's see here. How easy to get parts for the drivetrain if necessary at Leon? What car are we talking about? Okay, I got to get caught up on this. Okay. The Port TV. I disagree. If I was to keep a hybrid long term, I would pick the Civic hybrid, as you can use body parts from the gas only powered Civic. Yeah, I would pass on the Civics. I would definitely get a Prius. I would not even pass go. I would absolutely get the Prius. A lot more of them around. I think they're a better car. So there's all that. Craig, hello, new to the channel. Regarding your Grand Seiko diver, if the power indicator was at 0, how long would it take to self-wind the max power just by wearing the watch on wrist? They're very efficient. They wind up pretty good. They don't take a bunch of wrist time. It depends, of course, on how active you are, but I find that mine is always penned, always pegged, fully charged. See, and that it's fully charged there, right? All the way to the bottom there is fully charged. And it even if I take it off for 4 or 5 hours or 6 hours and put it back on, and it's usually still fully charged, and I wear it for an hour or something. I mean, it stays fully charged. It is not a wrist hog. It does not require a lot of wrist time. So it's pretty efficient. It's a lot more efficient winding than the Rolexes I've had. The Rolexes I've had have wanted like 8 hours of wrist time, each day, usually speaking, to keep going good. I was having trouble sometimes with rotating my date with a GMT Master and trying to keep them both running. It was not always easy. So, but these spring drives seem to be more efficient. As far as all that goes, I hope that helps. I think a date and be done with it. Craig, okay, Derek in the house. Well, yeah, you should think about that. You should think about it. That could be a one and done if you've got good eyes and you can read it good. That could be a one and done for you, Derek. I would support that. I wore them for years, so absolutely. A said, has been there, done that. Okay. Hey, boys and Bree, I'm here. Megan in the house. And Carlos is hanging out. How easy is it to get parts for the drivetrain if necessary at Leon? I don't know what you're talking about. If you're talking about the Civic, I would think you could get parts for those. You can certainly get anything for a Prius. There are tons of them around. See, that's a huge advantage with the Prius. There's just so many of them around. Megan's here in only 9 minutes before closing time. There you go. What do you mean 9 minutes? It's 2 minutes of. Oh, that's right. We started late, so you're holding me to go a little late. Hello, Carlos and Windy City, California. Craig, do you know anyone who bought a modern Nissan? I heard their CVT transmissions are absolute junk. That could be the case. No, I don't know anybody that's bought a modern Nissan, and I would not recommend that they buy one. Absolutely would not recommend they buy one. And Kyle says, I actually hear Nissan is in trouble. Wouldn't surprise me. Leon, plus the thing I hate about the last few generations of Prius are the super expensive headlight replacements with the ballasts. I end up converting a friend's head to the regular bulbs. Well, here's the thing. I've got it in my 2004. I've got those expensive lights, and the only thing I've had to do to replace on that car that isn't just normal wear and tear items like tires and so on is in the back, and I've got a video on my channel of it. In the back, there's a sensor that when you like load up the car and the car sags down, right? That sensor tells the headlights to adjust, right? And that sensor failed, so I got a warning light on the dash, But it was a very easy repair. We got the sensor and just replaced it, and then they're working fine. And the headlights have not burned out. They're original, 2004. They've not burned out. They work great. They give a lot of light. I have no issues with those lights. So I don't know. Maybe your mileage has varied, but they've held up great for me. Cheetown Nissan is for poor people. They will finance your dog if it has proof of residency. There you go. A subprime car company with mediocre vehicles. The 2020s version of Mitsubishi. Okay. Lance is in the house. Cheetown, California. Most cars that have CVT transmissions are lower quality. Well, I'll tell you what, the transmission in my Prius, like I said, it's a constantly variable transmission. It has held up great. No issues. So there you go. Buy a Toyota and then you're good. I'd be 6'6" in those ostrich boots. LOL. There you go. Yeah, 2-inch lift. Well, see, he's only about 5'8", so the 2-inch lift would help him. I think that's why he wants to get cowboy boots. Get a little lift. I actually like it when I wear my boots because it makes me just a little over 6 feet tall. So I feel like all of a sudden I'm, tall. Kyle, that's because Nissan is owned by Renault, a French car company known for making junk. Chrysler destroyed Mercedes quality, and now fix it again. Tony now owns Chrysler, and it gets worse. There you go. Hasn't the Nissan Z been practically the same car for like 10 years? It's probably going to get killed off and replaced by another crossover. Okay, but then again, I hate Toyota because they screwed me over on work with my Toyota. I traded it in for a Kia and never looked back. I will take the bus over owning another Toyota product. Well, that's a shame, because Toyota really is the best. So there's that. Leon, how has your Kia's reliability been? I heard they're pretty decent too, though. Craig, your ad is open. Craig, your ad is open. What does that mean? Oh, your AD is open. Yes, mine is open by appointment. Yes. Lance is in the house. High-end Mercedes-Benz cars have IWC clocks. Bentleys have Breitling clocks, so Lexus should put Grand Seiko clocks in the luxury stands. I agree. Cheetown, it was perfect for 5 years until a drunk rear-ended it and totaled it. Uh-oh. Good point, Lance. I hope you got a good payday on that rear-end crash. That's the thing. What you do there is you go for therapy for like 6 months and get a nice big payout. Deport TGV. My neighbors drive Nissans. They had to sell the Titan truck because it was too unreliable, and their Nissan cars are always leaving oil puddles. Oh my goodness. Sorry to hear that. Did you buy another Kia or a Hyundai? Okay. Cheetown, I have a 2018 Hyundai Elantra. No trouble at all, and don't expect any issues. Good. Craig, that 002 needs a luxury car to travel in. Mike in the house. I love my Prius. I'm tickled pink with my Prius. Let's see. Email of my first GS at Craig. Okay. Did you sent an email? Let's take a look. Is that what you mean? That you sent one? There we go. Mr. Q, my first GS. Okay, let's pull this up. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good-looking piece. Absolutely. It's got the 5-link bracelet. That's a good-looking piece. Absolutely. Now, I'm guessing that has a screw-down crown also, because it's got the high-end bracelet. I'm guessing it has a screw-down crown. Let's see here. Okay, we're getting ready to wrap this puppy up. Let's see. People are going to wonder if it's email. Leon, very good. Mike, people are going to wonder if it's fake gold. If what's fake gold? Are you and Bree still going for a visit? Derek in the house. We might at some point. Yeah, we might go down to the AD. Absolutely. She's expressed some interest in doing that, so I have no problem with it. But you know how it is. Ladies are always the boss. Has Clive Watch Wrangler been on this channel? Yes. He was a guest on the channel a long time ago. It's been a while. A girl I used to work with said she was going to buy a Mitsubishi as her first car. I told her to give it the wide berth. I hear you. Around my way, all the rich folks have Hondas and Toyotas. It's only the posers that own Benzes. Well, yeah, people that aren't real bright buy those cars that are high maintenance and high depreciation and unreliable. That's correct. The rest of us buy cars that are reliable, that don't depreciate much, and that's the way we go. Craig, didn't GS plagiarize that bracelet designed for Omega? It's similar. Yeah, it's similar to Omega. Yep. I think a lot of manufacturers make similar bracelets. Mr. Q's in the house. It does. Screw down. Champagne dial, 41mm spring drive. Cool. Absolutely cool. But Bree is afraid to go out due to the virus, so no trip to AD soon. Yeah, we're not. She's coming over. She says she's coming in September. So we've got another month and a half to wait before Bree feels safe to travel. So there's that. Yeah. So that's the plan. That's the plan, at least for now. But now a lot of these liberals, a lot of these doom and gloomers are saying that the virus isn't going to go away for 2 years. They're trying to perpetuate this thing as much as they can. I mean, this is just total insanity. It's just total insanity. Is Clive Skyping in, Craig? I spoke to him on a watch channel. Besides, I wish he would Skype in. He doesn't like to run Skype for some reason. He should do it. He should get Skype running so that he can Skype in. Tell him next time you talk to the Clivester, tell him that you want him to Skype into the show. He should be able to get Skype running. My gosh, he's got some nice high-end computers over there. He should be able to do that. All right, speaking of the lovely Bree, let me show her channel, and we're going to get ready to roll out of here. And we'll call it another show in the can. Another show in the can. Thanks for watching. Hey, click subscribe and click the bell. And if you go to BreeFitDance.com, you'll find links to all her social media. Make sure you follow the lovely Bree everywhere. And let's see, Deport TGV says, my millionaire mom wears the same clothes she had in the 90s and drives a 20-year-old Toyota EconoBox. Well, I have clothes dating back to the late 70s. So there you go. Absolutely. If you got clothes that are functional, you keep wearing them. That's right. There's no reason to not get full use out of your clothing. We need the November landslide, then sweep away all these leftist madness. Okay. I heard that Breitling just won a lawsuit over Rolex for copying the movement for the Daytona after Zenith dropped them. Okay, cool. Hi, Craig and alls. Tom's in the house. We're just getting ready to wrap up, Tom. I'm sorry about that. Derek's in the house. I can't get it running on my phone, Craig. Okay. I think Clive is making up an excuse not to show up. Okay, that could be it. Let's see. Wait, Craig, says Derek. Later, folks, says Cheetown. We are not ending yet, says Derek. Yep, I think we are. James in the house. I'm the sole heir to the Lipton Tea Company. I could buy as many luxury watches as I want, and I would never buy crap like Grand Seiko. There you go. James Lipton. He's a wealthy guy in his basement with his mom. That's pretty good. Tom's in the house watching yesterday's show. IWC is Swiss. Okay. Craig, please. We can't cut it off like this. Oh, we can and we will. Thanks, everybody, for watching. And click subscribe and click that little bell.